Hello, Sudoku friends. Welcome to the April 9, 2023 Hard Sudoku by the New York Times. I'm recording it today on the 9th, but I will upload it so it will be available tomorrow, Monday at 6 a.m. Central European Time. I only have time for one upload today, tomorrow, and possibly Tuesday because I have some family obligations that I can't neglect. So without further ado, let's see what this Sudoku is all about. For one thing, there is a 7 blocking over here and a 7 blocking over here, and therefore with this 7 blocking up, this square must be a 7. There's a 5 blocking up here and a 5 blocking up here, and this 5 is blocking over, leaving just a single square available for a 5 in box 1. And we have an 8 blocking over here, and this 8 is also blocking over this. So 8 is blocking up, so an 8 must go here. The 7 blocks over here, a 7 blocks over here, the 7 blocks down, so here's a 7, and that makes this square also a 7. Now one of these must be an 8. There's a 1 blocking up here, and there's a 1 blocking over here, so here's a 1, and therefore one of these now must be a 1. We got a 4 and a 9 here, and we got a 4 and a 9 here. We need a 4 and a 9 also for the central column, and therefore these two squares must be a 4 and a 9. And therefore one of these must be an 8, because we have an 8 blocking these two squares. This 9 blocks down, therefore one of these must be a 9. We have a 9 also in this row, so a 9 must go here or here. A 6 blocks up here and a 5 blocks down. So a 5 and a 6 must go in two of these three squares here. As we recall, these two squares must be a 4 and a 9. We have an 8 blocking down here, and we have an 8 blocking this square, so an 8 must go here. Now one of these is an 8, and since this 2 blocks across here, these two must be 4 and 9. One of these must be a 2. This 2 blocks up here, this 2 blocks over here, so one of these is a 2, and as we just established, the other one is an 8. And therefore, a 2 must join the 5 and a 6 that are going here. Let me repeat that because it may seem a little convoluted, but it really isn't. It's a pure and simple logic. So let's look at it now. These are 4s and 9s. This is a 2 blocking over, therefore it is clear that one of these must be a 2. This 2 blocks these squares. This 2 blocks this square and this square. Therefore, one of these must be a 2. We also have 8 blocking up and 8 blocking up, so the other one is an 8. Now to the 5 and the 6. 2 here and here and here and here gives me a 2 for one of these three squares. The 6 blocks up here, so a 6 must go in one of these three squares. This 5 blocks down, so one of these is also going to be a 5. So we got a 2, 5, and a 6 for these squares here, making these a 1 and a 3. We have a 3 in the row, so a 1 must go here and a 3 here. And since these are still a 4 and a 9, these must now be a 1, 2, and a 5. There's a 1 and a 5 in this row, so a 2 is forced to go here. And there is another way that we can tell that a 2 must go here, and that is because this 2 blocks across and this 2 blocks down, so one of these is a 2. But it doesn't really matter how we find this 2. What matters is that we did find it. So up here we are looking to find an 8, 9, and a 6. We got a 9 and an 8 here, so this is a 6, and this is now an 8 and a 9. We got an 8 blocking here, so this is a 9, and this is the 8. 8 blocks down, 8 blocks down, 2 8s block across, so an 8 must go here. And these are 1 and 5 still, and that means that one of these must be a 1, because we have a 1 blocking down. But we also have this 1 blocking over. So 1 must go here. Now we know what this square is going to be because these two have to be a 2 and an 8. These two have to be a 4 and a 9. And therefore this must be a 3. So 2 and an 8 here, that makes these a 3 and a 7. We got a 3 in the row. So the 7 is forced to go here and the 3 here. This 7 blocks across. We got 2 7s blocking up here, so a 7 must go here. This 3 blocks across, so one of these must be a 3, and therefore a 3 must go in one of these two squares here. Which one, I don't really know yet, but I'm sure that we'll be able to figure it out very soon. 3 and a 4 must go in two of these 3 squares here. And that's funny, I can't figure it out yet. But let's see, we've got a 4 blocking over here, 4 down here. One of these is a 4. That's not really being helpful, is it?
Not helpful.
We got to find a 3, 4, 6, and a 9 for the bottom row. There's a 3 and a 6 blocking here, so this is a 4 or a 9. There's a 3 and a 6 blocking here, so this is a 4 or a 9. And we knew that, of course. So a 3 and a 6 must go here and here. These two squares have to be a remote 3 and a 6 pair. My eye is drawn to this square because it's very restricted. It's got a lot of givens in the box, in the row, and in the column. So let's see if we can figure out what it's going to be. It cannot be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be a 6, but not a 7, 8, or a 9. So that's how easy it can be. This is just a 6.
That was easy.
The 6 blocks down here, the 6 blocks down here. We got a 6 blocking over, a 6 therefore goes here and down here. And we know from earlier that this therefore must be a 3 because the 3 blocks down here, right? And a possible 3 blocks down from here. So this is a 3. And that should give us a 3 for this square because we got a 3 blocking over, a 3 blocking over, and 1 3 blocking down. So yes, a 3 goes here. One of these must be a 4 and the other must be a 5. Can we do something with that? I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure we can. So let's focus on something that we can be sure of.
Are you sure?
If I can find something. This is a 4, 9, and this is a 4, 9. This is a 4, 9. These are 1 and 5. Yes, we know that. 2 and 8. We don't really need to rehash that. 2, 4, and a 9 here. So we got a 9 blocking down. One of these is a 9. And therefore, this square must be a 9. We know now that these must be a 1 and a 4. We got a 4 in the row, so the 1 must go here and the 4 here. And that gives us a 1 for this square here and for this square here, because this 1 is blocking over and this is blocking down. And so is this. So a 1 goes here. And that resolves the 1 and a 5 issue we had here. This is now a 1 and this is a 5. And we have got a 5 blocking over here and this 5 blocks here. So this is a 5 and therefore this must be the 4 we were looking for earlier. These are now 4 and a 9. We got a 4 blocking down, making this a 9 and this a 4. And this therefore must be a 9 and this a 4. And this is a 4. These two must be a 9, which blocks down here, and a 2, which blocks up here, making this a 2. These two must be an 8 and a 6. A 6 is blocking over, therefore the 8 goes here and the 6 here, and that 8 puts a 2 in this square and an 8 in this. Here we're looking at a 5 and a 2. Can we do something with that? Let's just wait a second with those and instead look at these squares here. There must be a 3, 4, and a 6. There's a 4 and a 6 here, so this is a 3. There's a 4 here, so this is a 6, and therefore this must be the 4. The 6 blocks over, so does this. A 6 therefore goes here. The other two were 2 and a 5, remember? A 5 blocks over, so this is a 2, and this is a 5, making this a 5. And therefore we know that this is a 5, and this must be the 2. This 2 blocks over, so a 2 must go here. The last 2 digits here must be a 9, which must go here, and a 3. And that is it for the New York Times Hard Sudoku. When you watch this video, it will be the yesterday's Sudoku, because you will be watching it in the morning of April 10, 2023. I hope you will stop by again soon. Bye for now.